Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today we're going to go through and I've been trying to think of new ideas to do for videos. As much as I love answering questions and comments, I will still do that this week. I thought I'd spice it up a little bit. So I was going through YouTube and I found this guy's channel, Caleb's iPhone is what it's called. It's still a pretty small channel, but he had a cool video called Ski Brand Tier List. And I thought, hey, I'll jump in on that. I realized I don't have a hard enough time getting ski brands to send me stuff, so why don't I just make my life a little bit harder? No, I thought this was a cool idea. The only critique I had of his video was there were a ton of ski brands that he hadn't skied on, and he'd be like, oh, you know, Volkl, I haven't skied on them, but this other person does, so they must be good. I've actually skied on a lot of these brands, so I'm gonna give you my real opinions as somebody who's really skied on a lot of these skis and reviewed them, and just give you my honest opinion on where the brands kind of stack up right now. So credit to Caleb's iPhone for the original idea, although tier lists are nothing new, but I thought I'd kind of give my take on it. So without further ado, let's jump into the tier list. I did different categories than Caleb. I did only bangers. This is the top tier. Every ski is a banger. Every ski, I've never skied on a bad ski from this brand. 2 mostly good skis, mostly, you know, a couple hiccups here and there. For the most part, they've had solid skis. A few great skis, but like their line isn't a safe bet always, but they have a few like really good skis over the years. 1 or 2 staples, time for a change, haven't tried enough skis, and then a mystery category of like dodging me. And there's some people who I've reviewed their skis, but they are still dodging me. So that's just kind of, I've outreached to every single brand on this list. And so, you know, if you're one of those brands, check your email. I usually send out like 3 or 4 messages via LinkedIn, Instagram, email. So this, you know, that kind of categorization is just, these people are asleep at the wheel and or like Nordica have been kind of dodging me. So first off, let's do Armada. Armada, I've only skied the Armada ARV 102 and I hated it. It's not a good powder ski. It's just stretching out and like trying to do a bunch of different things. I haven't tried enough skis though to give an honest opinion. I've heard really good things about the declivity, but for me, just based on the ARV ski, I put this in the time for a change. I'd love to try more of their skis. I know that their reputation is legendary, but I skied on one of their skis and wished I could have gotten a refund. Like, I went to my car and put on other skis so I didn't totally miss the powder day. Maybe they have other skis, but I'll never know because one, they're dodging me, and I've only skied that one ski. Okay, next is Faction. I haven't tried any of their skis. I don't have an opinion. I cannot give an honest opinion about them. I've reached out to them, but they're not quite in the dodging me. I think I've only reached out once or twice. Next up, we have Head Skis. I like a lot of the Head Skis. The Headcore 93, the Headcore 105 was really fun. The Headcore 87 is really good. I'd say mostly good skis. The only one I wasn't crazy about was the Headcore 99. Felt lukewarm on it, but that's okay. I'd say mostly bangers. If I saw a head ski, there's a very high chance that I would really like whatever I skied on. And even the Headcore 99, I didn't hate. I just wasn't my favorite. It felt like a stretched out 93, but the Headcore 93 is so good. If I need a safe bet ski, I would take that ski almost anywhere I was traveling. And I like the powder skis okay. There's other stuff I like better, but they were still really solid. And the Headcore 87, if you're a lighter skier, I think is a fantastic ski. So they're gonna be on the top of the list so far. Okay, Rossignol. Ooh, that's mid-tier. A few great skis. I loved the Rossignol Sender 110 Free. I thought that was a fantastic ski. So light, so floaty, it carved well. I really like the consistency of the texture. But then you got like the Sender 104 Ti, which was just kind of sloppy and pingy and didn't feel good. I would say the majority, or I don't know. And then you've got like the Forza 70, which is a little too specialized and I didn't really like. But then on the other hand, you've got the Rossignol Experience, which I think is a pretty good ski. So I'm gonna say they've got a few great skis, but all in all, I don't know, they might have 1 or 2 staples. I'll say they've got a few great skis because I also tried their Sender Black Ops and really liked it. So it's over the edge on that one. Okay, K2. Okay, K2 I like, but they started making their skis very cheaply in China, and I've kind of stopped recommending them. I do like the Mindbender 99, and the Reckoner was pretty cool. But again, I had a friend who bought a Reckoner and exploded in the park, and then, or a friend of a friend, and then they couldn't get a refund. So they're gonna get the 1 or 2 staples. I think over the years, they've kind of cut corners and it's caught up with them, but it's hard to deny that they have a couple really good skis. Okay, Line Skis, I don't know anything about. I think that's more of a freestyle brand, skipping that. Atomic. Okay, I didn't like the Atomic Bent 100 and I got a ton of flack for that. But in 2025, they fixed it. It really gives you all the energy in and out of the turn again. I love the Atomic Bent 110. That's like my favorite powder tree ski that I recommend. My daily driver is an Atomic Maverick 88 Ti. I like the Atomic Maverick 95 Ti. I like the Atomic Maverick 100 Ti, which they are discontinuing. I like the Atomic Maverick 105 CTI. The only Atomic I didn't like was the Rustler Q series, but I didn't like it for a very specific reason in that it starts the turns for me. But for somebody who's looking for that, who's an intermediate skier, it's kind of a banger. So, Atomic, they do fall into the category of they haven't been answering my emails lately, but they were one of the first people to reply to my email and let me test their skis in my hood. So they don't go into the dodging me. Only bangers. There are skis that I haven't been able to test. I haven't been able to test the Bent 120 or the Bent 90. I haven't been able to test the Atomic Maverick 115, but like every category of ski has a good ski. The Backland is a fantastic backcountry ski and beginner powder ski. The Maverick is a tremendous, probably my favorite daily driver. The Bent 110 was my favorite powder in the trees ski. I'm gonna say Atomic in its rightful place at the top, only bangers. Okay, then there's a bunch of random brands I've never heard of from the freestyle world, or I've heard of them and never skied them. Like I've heard of 1-3P, but never skied on anything from there, so I haven't been able to. Okay, next one we're gonna do is Volkl. Okay, Volkl is an interesting one because they have almost every ski I've tried I've really loved, but I think it's for a very specific ski style. But again, you got the M6 Mantra that I tried, the Volkl Kendo 88 that I loved. I don't know if I've ever skied on a bad Volkl ski. Oh, they've got the Deacon. The Deacon like 80 something that I didn't like. But is that more of an intermediate ski? Can you really count that against Volkl? The Kendo's so good. I'm willing to like waive the Deacon. Like I think the Kendo 88 is so good, or whatever they call it, the Mantra 88, that it offsets that. The Deacon's bad though. Whatever Deacon I tried, like the 78 or something. I'm gonna go with mostly good skis. I think that you have a 90% chance of having a really good ski if you're on Volkl. So they're gonna go on the top with head for mostly, I should almost say like mostly very good skis. Okay, another one I don't recognize. Okay, here's one that has been hard to test. I haven't tested them because they stopped carrying them at my local shop, and I was only able to test one of them, but I really liked it. And I think that whole series is really good. They've tended to have really good race skis. This is a hard thing too, is like I've got a history with a lot of these companies for race skis. Fisher. I don't think I've ever skied on a really bad Fisher ski, ever. But I've only tried the Ranger 90, so it's hard for me to weigh in. I'm gonna put them in with mostly good skis. I've almost never, I don't think I've ever heard of someone who really hated Fishers. If you do, sound off in the comments, but they're gonna go up with head and Volkl, mostly good skis. Okay, next we have Nordica, the ever popular, ever divisive Nordica. Okay, I hated the Enforcer 100. I didn't hate it, it's just really disappointing. The Enforcer 100 was kind of a flop. It just was like too floppy. It didn't give me enough energy out of the end of the turn. But I loved the Nordic Enforcer 99 for 2025, which is a tremendous ski, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're looking for like a Crud Cutter Sierra Cement ski. I don't know, it's hard when I've only tried that one ski. They are kind of dodging me. I can't try any of their other skis. They and Blizzard have basically blackballed me. I'm gonna try not to let that I don't know, I really like the Enforcer 99, and I bet that the other Enforcers are really fun too. I think they did a really good job changing the Enforcer and updating it. So I'm gonna say a few great skis. No, but I like those better than a lot of the Rosignals. Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried enough of the other skis. I'm gonna say a few great skis. They're up there with Rosignal. I've tried more good Rosignal skis, and out of the 2 Rosies, I guess I tried 5. I think Rosignal overall has a better average, or about the same average as Nordica, so that seems fair. All right, the next one is Stockli. Stockli is hard because they're more expensive than most other skis. They're handmade, but then you've got Meier, which is handmade. Where am I gonna place Stockli? Man, I really liked the Storm Riders, although they don't like go into deep snow well, but they are really damp and really smooth. I think if you're looking for like a damp, smooth, almost like luxury car ski, I don't think I've ever skied on a bad Stockli. I like the Laser, I like the Storm Rider, I like the Monero. I don't think I've skied on a bad ski. I do think they oversell the Storm Rider a little bit. It's a little stretched over what it's capable of. But I'm gonna say Stockli, it's only bangers. I've only skied good skis from Stockli. Okay, next up we have Renown. Renown, I've only skied one of their skis. I do have a powder ski that they sent me that I will be reviewing at the end of this season. But I liked their 88 ski that they sent me. I really like the Renown Endurance 88, but I've only skied one of their skis. And that ski, when you get on pingy stuff, is a bit chattery. Like, you feel all the bad parts. But if you're on really well-groomed runs, then you feel all the good parts. So it's a very divisive ski. I'm gonna put it in the 1 or 2 staples, just because I've only skied one of the skis and I don't know anymore. But that could change, and it may change with this coming year. And in fact, I like what they're doing because the ones that they do have are game-changing, but I just need a little more mileage. Okay, Meier Skis. Ted over in Colorado. The Meier Skis. Let me think back to all the Meier Skis I've skied. Okay, my favorite one is the Wrangler. That Wrangler 93 is godly. It's such a good daily driver. It's really fun off trail. That was one of Zach's favorite skis from this whole year. I was a little lukewarm on the quick draw, but I think it's just meant for a different audience and a different turn type, whereas Zach loved the quick draw. And I also tried their powder ski and liked it. Very competent and very high performing. So that's 3 Meier skis I've tried. I am planning on trying more Meier skis this year as well. I'd say mostly good skis. Yeah, they're gonna go right next to Fisher. I can't think of a Meier ski that I hated. It was like, oh, this isn't for me, but it's doing a good job of what it's trying to do. Yeah, I like Meier skis. Okay. Black Crows. This is a brand that also worked with me very early on in the channel. And I have to say, I can't think of a bad Black Crow ski. I love the Octo. The Mirror's Core wasn't meant for me. It's more of a freestyle ski. It did carve really well and did short radius turns, but that tail, like, if you really like the sound of the tail, that can be disappointing, but like, that's a sacrifice it made so it could be maneuverable. The Octo, I think, is gonna be like one of the biggest breakout hits of next season. I love the Draco Freebird. That was such a smooth ski. The Atris was like mine and Zach's favorite off-trail fun powder ski, like the most sendy ski, and the ski that we both wish we'd like been able to keep. I'm gonna put Black Crows in the only bangers. I think these guys have really nailed it on the head. Okay, next up we have DPS Skis. Oh, okay, this is a good time to know. DPS Skis actually emailed me after a meme I made about DPS Skis, and they were super nice. They were really excited to work with me, and they are gonna be sending me some skis this winter. I know I get a ton of requests for them. I haven't tried enough of their skis, but this is a cool time to announce that, as far as I know, if everybody pulls through this winter, I should be able to review some DPS skis. I think specifically the one I've seen requested was the Whaler, but leave a comment down below if there's something else you want to see. So for now, DPS is gonna go in the haven't tried enough, but I am excited to try more. Okay, next we have Blizzard. Blizzard, I don't think I've skied a bad Blizzard ski. My wife loves her Brahmas. I skied on the race skis and love them. Multiple race skis throughout the years. and I really was impressed by the Rustler 10. I wish I could ski more of them. I just don't have access to them at my local shop. I'd love to try out like all of their new skis, but unfortunately all I have access is to the Rustler 10, which I really liked. I don't know of any bad Blizzard skis, but I haven't tried enough to know. So for now, I'm gonna put them under a few great skis. Right next to Nordica, which is fitting because you guys both dodge me like crazy. Just get over your egos. I didn't like the old Nordic Enforcer 100. I like the Nordic Enforcer 99. Get past your egos. Send me some skis so we can have a more complete list. Gosh. And speaking of taking on challenges, Peak Skis is probably the most confident ski brand out there. I was super harsh with Bodhi Skis because like he had done a few companies before and I was like, okay, come on, can we slow it down a little bit? And he was like, no, I didn't have control over those skis and this is what I really wanted to make. And he sent me some skis. He was confident in it. We've gone back and forth on this 100 times. I like Peak Skis a lot. I've only skied the Peak 104, but from what I saw there, I would bet that the Peak 88s are really fun. And they are sending me 2 pairs of skis for this season that I'm excited to test. So I'm gonna say I've only tried 1 pair, but I really like them and I really like what Peak's doing. I'm gonna put them right up there with Meier. I think they're actually innovative and I like it's a small brand. We'll see. You know, technically it should be in the haven't tried enough, but the one I tried was so good that I am not nervous putting it up that high. Okay, Icelandic. Okay, they've been dodging me. I made a video about their CEO when they were talking about ski prices, which was super out of touch when everybody is struggling right now. They're dodging me. They don't answer anything. I know they've seen some of my messages. Icelandic, just get over yourself. Reply to my emails. At least say no. At least give me that courtesy, gosh. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, next up we have Liberty Skis. They sent me 2 pairs to try out. It was like a 102 and an 80 something. I didn't like either of those skis very much. They were fine, they were competent, but they were very heavy for what they did. There must be a ski I'm sure that there's probably a ski out there that they have that I would like, but I just found them all to be pretty meh. Like, I really feel like for the money you could get a better ski, and I know that they were made in China for this last year, although they said that they're changing that now, but the skis I got I'm pretty sure were made in China and I was not impressed with them. So they're gonna go at the bottom in under Time for a Change. Okay, the next one, Elan Skis. Elan I historically really didn't like, but this year I tried a couple of their skis and was very impressed. I like the Ripstick 96 Black Edition. I think it's a very good ski. It likes to turn for you. It's kind of got the asymmetrical shape and it likes to get the turn started for you. I didn't love that, and it did get caught up a lot in some of the stickier snow, but the carving was good and the off-trail performance was good. It's an okay ski. The Elan Wingman, I really didn't care for much. It was a very just kind of meh ski. It wasn't really doing anything very exciting. It really wasn't providing a lot of value with like diversity. It was meh, but the Ripstick was so good, I'm gonna put this in 1 or 2 staples. It's pretty good, but it just doesn't have a large lineup of skis that really get me excited. Again, I only tried 2, but they had kind of a 50-50 average. Forefront Skis, dodging me, but actually I'm gonna say I just haven't tried enough. I don't think they're dodging me. I don't know how many emails I've sent to Forefront. Not a ton. And Forefront used to have a really good warranty. I don't know if they still do, but back when I worked in shops, their warranty was kind of legendary. Okay, the next one is gonna be J Skis. I haven't tried enough, but they have said that they're interested in sending me skis for this year, so that's exciting. Also nice to see a brand out of Burlington, Vermont, so that is very cool. And then finally, we have Salomon. Now, Salomon used to be dodging me. They're not anymore. They have replied to my emails, finally. I had to like go on a public post of theirs on Instagram and be like, yo, why are you guys dodging me? And I finally talked to Joe Johnson, who is the guy that flies Ski Essentials out, and I think is buddies with those guys over there. But what Salomon said was, we do not have the resources to send you skis, which is really disappointing. And I told them basically, okay, that's fine, but I've reviewed every QST at my local demo shop. There is no other ski that I could try. They don't carry the stance in the demo. They don't carry some of the other QSTs that I was excited about. So I probably will have to skip Salomon for a year because there's nothing new, and I've already reviewed all their skis that I have locally, and they said that they don't have the resources, which is wild considering that they fly the Ski Essentials guys out. They fly like 4 Ski Essentials people out to Utah to test all the skis. Then they outfit them in jackets and goggles, whatever. I don't care. I'm not trying to sound petty and jealous of Ski Essentials, but it does feel like a little bit of a slap in the face from Salomon to be outfitting these people head to toe and then be like, yeah, we can't send you a pair of skis. I'm like, I just want a pair of stances. You know what I mean? It probably costs these companies like $100 for a pair of skis versus the thousands that they spent taking these Ski Essentials people out and whining and dining and outfitting them and everything. And that's fine. There's probably room for both, but it's like, that's wild. It's like, anyway, it's fine. Whatever, we'll make it work. We'll demo as long as we need to, because like I said, all I care about is giving you guys accurate information. And yeah, they aren't in the dodgy me anymore, so I guess they wouldn't be in that category, but they were for a while. Let me think about the Salomons. The Salomon QST 92 is probably one of the best value skis you can buy out there. It's really, really a fun daily driver. It's not very accurate in its turning, but it is very floaty and very fun off trail. The QST 98 is a great, like, safe bet ski. The QST 106 is one of my favorite powder skis. It feels as close to snowboarding as anything's ever felt. I didn't care for the QST blanks too much, but that probably had something more to do with the width, because after a while that width starts to feel not great on my hips. I gotta put Salomon where it belongs. As much as I don't love that they, like, you know, aren't willing to like send out skis or let me test something out, I'm bummed that I can't work with them this year, but I gotta be honest with you guys and call it like I see it. Salomon makes some darn good skis. That whole QST line is phenomenal. Now, I haven't been able to test the stance, I haven't been able to test any of their other skis, but of like the 4 Salomon skis I tested this year, they were all bangers. Very good skis in all those different widths, so I'm gonna give them credit where it's due. Do I like that they won't send me skis? No, but I don't know. My honesty is more important than whatever the inner politics of ski companies are. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Let me know. I'd love to know your guys' rankings. You don't have to send me like your whole tier list, but tell me like some of your tops or companies that you would change. Obviously, a lot of this is going to be dependent on my personal skiing style, preferences, all that. There's a lot that goes into this. And, you know, with a lot of these brands, it's like, okay, I probably could change if I just tried a few more skis. But as always, I'd just love to know what you think. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. That's a free way to support the channel. I'll also have links down below. I just did a video with all of the best deals right now, and I'll have links to all of those down below. We also have memberships if you want to support this kind of content. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for spending your time with me. Thanks for being here. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.